Hey Capricorn, how's it going? Don't ask me why I'm up till quarter till sunrise to do your reading. I have no idea. I guess I have to keep it true Capricorn style. You guys are the hard workers. You've probably all been up. Not me. Okay. So I will start where I always do and mention that sometimes I use bad words in my readings, so I want people to know in case they're watching with their children, or it's not all the time, and I never know, so I want to be polite and let everybody know that. And also, if you don't find a message in this reading, please check your moon sign, your rising sign, and if you're looking for messages regarding a love situation or a relationship, or even more of a message regarding that, something to elaborate on something that you read in here. If it's going to be anywhere, it would be in your Venus sign, in the house where Venus resides. And also you can check your Vedic chart. I need to pin that link to the Vedic birth chart, but I have to remember to do that. Okay. And if you're interested in for the people that are cusp signs, so if you were born between January the 16th and January the 22nd, you are a Capricorn Aquarius cusp, which means that essentially you're half and half. So you would have messages in both of those readings. So check out the Aquarius reading. That's posted already. And if you were born between December the 18th and December the 24th, you would be a Sag Cap cusp. So you will have a message in the Sag reading, which I'm putting that one up last. So I went ahead and pulled some of your cards already, because I didn't pull all of them yet, but I needed a starting point to go off of. And I was kind of, I don't know, I wanted to see if what I was thinking or what I was feeling was right. A lot of it excuse me, a lot of it just had to do with where placements are. And see, right now the North Node is in Cancer, which is it's the ascendant and ascendant. So being that Cancer is ascending right now, what does that mean? You're descending. So let me give you a little bit of just a quick tutorial on what Cancer means as an ascendant. Cancer is the zodiac sign that's associated with home, especially associated with mother in a way. So a lot of times this results in, and this is not going to be for everybody, in a family dynamic where if the child, more specifically the male child, because there's different things that happen with feminine and masculine energies. A male child, there would be some sort of issue with the mother, and generally what's told about the crab is they kind of, they hold stuff in, like they claw stuff in. It's a shell. So a couple things could happen. For most of you, it's a mother who is very over attentive, kind of smothering That's not bad. I mean, at least she was a good mother. But at some point, boundaries need to be set. And maybe some of you were still okay with that. I mean, it just depends, but that's what happens sometimes. Or you could just have had relationship problems with your mom. For the feminine energies, sometimes what happens is the child feels like they didn't get enough attention. It can always just represent some kind of a not so normal, I guess, dynamic with your mom. So that's what that is about. Now, just the simple fact that you're in the descending position right now doesn't make it easy for you, considering where all of the other planets are. And we're in Scorpio right now, and Mercury's in retrograde until November 20th. And Mars is going into Scorpio. And within a month, there's going to be a Pluto-Saturn conjunct in your sign. Depending on what comes out in this reading, that could be a big deal. And what I've got so far are cards that are showing me that there's like something major going on here. So the first two cards I got, this is interesting. I just put up the Libra video yesterday, and the two big cards that I pull out, the ones I always say that look like stained glass windows, Libra had Temperance and the Devil as the Devil card, as do you. So you could be dealing with a Libra. And I don't promote across tarot readings. You'll hear people use the term cross watchers, which means that you're watching for a sign. For example, say you have a love interest or somebody and you want to know what could potentially be going on in their life, and you want to know how they feel. You would watch their sign, just try to get a read on them. So that's what crosswatcher means. And I don't normally promote it, and if I did, I mean, it doesn't mean that you can't watch for them, and if I did, it would be with more specifics. I would say, if this and this is one of those times. So this message could be about somebody in your life, but I don't know yet. I have to get into it. But because I have two of the same exact cards, and I've done 4 personal readings since then, and these cards have been shuffled, just wanted to let you know. So if you have a Libra in your life, this could have something to do with them. Or it just could be that, you showing up here as the Devil card. Now, it's called the Devil in Tarot. Really, the picture on the card depicts Pan, the horned goat god, but they call it the Devil. So I don't want you to think that you're just automatically the Devil. And Temperance, and again, that's just trying to balance emotions and that kind of thing. So maybe that's where you are. Maybe you're just trying to balance yourself out. But let's get into the other cards then and see. So I had already laid out the the larger cards from the Good Tarot, the ones I usually start with, because it's easier to get a feel of what's going on with them. Okay, the first card that you have is the Ace of Fire, which is the Ace of Wands. Then you have the Moon, the Six of Water, which is the Six of Cups. You have the High Priestess reversed and the Star card reversed. Now, the reason that I automatically said this could potentially be a big deal is you have the Ace of Fire reversed, and then you have 3 major arcana out of 5 from this deck, and 2 of them are reversed. And I'm going to go through it and just read the other cards to you. So in the second cards that I pulled, you have extra one, like 2 would fall out together, and I didn't put them back because it just felt like they were supposed to be there. So the first card that you got during this reading in this deck was the Moon again. Then you have the Strength card. Then you have the Six of Cups. And then you have the Queen of Wands. Then you have the Empress, and Judgment, and Nine of Cups. And the Five of Wands. Third row, have the Five of Swords, Six of Cups again, Ace of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. Okay. Okay. Let's say one situation and one energy that I'm picking up, or I mean this situation or this relationship, and I'm talking about with a parent, they could both apply to you, or just one, but the other one is definitely a situation, and it may involve your mom. Your mom may be involved in it. So let me break this down for you. Ace of Fire reversed. I think this card is representing you as a Capricorn and a behavior trait in a way. So I'm gonna lay this down, because even though it applies to you, it doesn't go with this. And I need to talk to you about it, but it doesn't go necessarily with, I mean, it does in a way, but what, you'll see. So, you got the Moon card, the Six of Water, the High Priestess reversed, and the Star card reversed, and then you have the Moon down here. You have the Six of Cups, and Stranger Things. You could, yeah, Leo and Aries are coming up really strong here. Now, the mom, this to me looks like that this was one of those situations where you had a mom, and I'm not, and I want to say she was kind of overprotective and overbearing, but I'm not, but not excessively, not in an unhealthy level. She just really loved you. She was very nurturing, because I'm not getting like a bad feel of what I'm looking at here. However, this particular mother has passed away, and it doesn't, I just get the feeling it hasn't been that long ago. Maybe in the last, let's say at the most, well, I don't know, I don't want to, I'm not good at giving timelines like that. I just kind of get the feeling it hadn't been super long ago. So in the Six of Water, this girl she's knelt down by the water, and she's holding her stomach, and I see this card different ways sometimes, but she's crying. If you flip the card around and look in the water, there's a reflection, like kind of like an opaque person. I don't know if you can see it there. And her hands are folded, and it looks kind of like a spirit energy to me. I'd never noticed this. And I'm seeing your mom. She's there in the water. Well, I can see her reflection, and she's watching you cry over her, and it's making her sad. And she's wishing that you weren't so sad. That's what I feel like here. I'm getting a really good energy off this card, though. This person, this mother here, she could have been an earth sign. It doesn't have to be, but could have been. She loved you a lot. She was this lady, whoever I'm connecting with here, she was a very, very good mother. So I can see why you're crying still over her. Now, I can keep on with these same cards because it's still gonna fit into this reading. Just with this Six of Cups here, and the Moon, and the High Priestess reversed, and the Moon again, it is secrets. This is secrets and lies or deception. And I get the feeling that I'm seeing these two women as Leo and Aries. And it's not just you, right? Somebody else knows about this, or somebody else did this and you know about it. There's a secret here, or there's something that somebody said, and they didn't think about what they said because of this Five of Swords here with deception. And I think the Knight of Swords here. I don't think anybody... you didn't think it through before you said what you said. But whoever you... because I'm looking at outright betrayal. Just like cold cut outright betrayal. And I don't see... whereas the person that you did this to did anything to provoke it, or did anything to you to, you know, I'm not seeing a fight or anything. It was just something that you, I want to say, took the liberty of betraying them on. It has to do with communication, whether if the Six of Cups here, these are children on this on these cards, and there's two of them, and there's two moon cards, so these cards are connected. This person that you betrayed or did something behind their back, somebody that you've known since you were young. I mean young, I'm talking 4, 5, 6. You've known this person a long time. The King of Pentacles here. And when I have genders on cards, to me they represent people in your life. This is you. The King of Pentacles is the earth sign. It is Capricorn. He came out with the Ten of Pentacles. This has to do with work or money. The way that this guy on this card is looking at this coin, I get the feeling that he loves it. I mean, it's a bigger coin, right, than the other pentacles that you see in these cards, and he's admiring this coin like it's a person, like he's hugging it almost. And then I see with all this like Ten of Pentacles here, it's like this wall of, I see if you look at the card a certain way, it kind of looks in 3D, right? So the coins are kind of, they're out in front of the gateway to the house, and putting money or abundance in the forefront. So I think I should tell you what I'm seeing, because it may be too late to do damage control. On this one moon card, there are two towers on either side, and you can tell that they are representing the Tower from the Tower card. There's 2 of them on the Moon card. And as soon as I saw that, I just felt like split home. And I don't know what that means to you, but I still have a feeling that this is revolving around money because of the way that the Pentacles, like the way that they came out with you in the reading. That's your main, that it was attached to you. This putting money in the forefront was attached to your card. And the other thing I found interesting with this Strength card, which is a sign of Leo, so the Leo could be involved in this somehow. The woman on the card is trying to press the lion's mouth shut. I get that. Or almost like she's making it talk, like with her hands up and down. Like moving his mouth up and down to make him talk. It's something. This person has control over your communication on some level, or something like that. And I know in the reading that I did for Libra, I was talking about how any depiction of gods or goddesses or statues that had their eyes closed or were blindfolded were made that way because they were supposed to have a heightened sense of intuition, well, actually spiritual gifts of unconsciousness, because their third eye would be, that's how they would see. But here in this card, the lady on the Strength card has her eyes closed, and here I'm getting that, and this doesn't even have to be a female, it could just be a Leo. The card represents the sign, or it could be anybody. It's just that what's going on here is that the person that is telling you what to say, or telling you what to do, or telling you what not to say or what not to do, her eyes are closed, or his eyes are closed. They don't even know what's going on, but yet they've got you all fired up over whatever this is. Let me get through the rest of these cards, and then I'll go back and tell you what I think is going to happen. So, I actually only wanted to pull 2 of the Brian Froud's fairy oracles, but 2 fell out on my second shuffle. So, the first one that you got was the Piper. Then you have the Feline, and you have Obi the Retriever. So the Feline and Obi the Retriever came out together. I'm sorry, I'm mumbling. I'm just early. I'm not awake yet. Sometimes I see this man as just a sexy guy who's, good for the person in the reading, and he's just, he knows how to do everything. He knows where to put his lips, what have you, because of the way his lips are positioned on this, I don't even know what that is, some kind of instrument. But I've also seen him as him whispering in this card, and that's what I'm seeing here. You'll notice the bars, I guess that would signify like the octaves on this instrument. As it goes down, they get smaller. This reminded me of that game, that telephone game or whatever, where I don't know what it's called, but and you go around and whisper something in somebody's ear, and by the time it got around to the other side of the room, it wasn't even like the facts and the truth diminished the more this got talked about, if you understand what I mean. There's also this element of spying here because of the Page of Swords or the Knight of Swords coming in. And this Five of Wands can sometimes be a struggle. I see it so many times as inner conflict, and yes, I will give you that. Maybe there is a little bit of inner conflict with this. But here I just feel like it's breaking in, right? So almost some dynamic happened, some situation happened where I want to be blunt and say overstepped or got into something that you shouldn't have gotten into. Maybe you didn't mean to betray this person. I'm not sure. But I just feel like this is like breaking in with these sticks, like breaking in. And then with the Moon card and Obi the Retriever. Obi the Retriever just represents loyalty. He's a dog. You got the feline right next to him, and you can just tell this character, he's sneaky. Oh, wait a minute. You did have another one. Okay. You had Gluminous Loom, too. This is going to be the person. But let me go back to these. Okay, so the Moon card, this one Moon card, there are dogs on the card. And there's a scorpion climbing out of the water. Well, it might be a lobster. I think it's a lobster. Kind of reminds me of Scorpio, though, because that's what I thought right at first. This is the Moon card I was talking about that had the two towers on it, right? And I don't know. With these dogs, I've just, and the spine going up. I mean, it's Snoop Dogg over here. What are you looking for? Whatever it was, you found it already, because this person, because I can already see what's going to happen when they find out. That's what I was getting ready to get to. This cannot be a very general reading. I don't know how, on what level. Maybe with the holidays coming up, there could be some argument. Somebody lies. Somebody's talking about somebody's girlfriend or something like that. Yeah, but this is, and that could be that could be part of in here. But this specific situation right here, whoever is going through this, I will forewarn you. This is going to be devastating. This is going to be catastrophic. The one thing you do not want to do during Mercury retrograde and Scorpio season is start digging through stuff and then sending out the document, right? Don't it's that season where communication breaks down. You don't want to sign things. You don't want to go make big purchases. I mean, the retrograde was only a month, right? Well, it ends on the 20th. You may have, if you want to maintain this relationship if it's even at all possible, because I don't think this person, I'm not sure if they know yet or not. I can't tell. But I can tell you that when they find out, and I think it's going to be soon, I would say probably after the retrograde, because of just the way communication is right now. But maybe if you, I don't know, beat them to the punch, I'm just hearing that for some reason, something, it won't be as bad. But whatever's going on here, whatever you lied about, and then with the Six of Cups here, there is a possibility that those could be your children, and you lied to your wife, right? And there's two women here, Aries and a Leo. That could easily be seen here, but I'm not feeling that. This is somebody from your childhood, a really close relative, or like your best friend from kindergarten, something. And you have completely sold them out. Wow. Well, these big cards reversed, if you have any inclination that you should do damage control, I would take that opportunity, because I don't even know if that'll help at this point, but you've really, really betrayed somebody. And once they find out, if they don't know already, she's washing her hands of it. And this woman in the star card's washing her hands. You just can't do that to somebody that you trust. The worst part is with this High Priestess in reverse. In this particular card, the High Priestess is intuition. She can see everything. She's upside down in this reading. So, and there's all this stuff around her head, just like, art and stuff. But she's upside down. This person has secrets about you, knows things about you, and that could, things that you've entrusted them with, things that you've told them. And likewise, they have you, except that somebody here has betrayed somebody. What you need to be worried about is what this person knows, because by the looks of these other cards, they are going to be so hurt and mad. And with her being upside down and all this stuff in this card, I'm hearing spilling secrets. Whatever this is, could potentially mess up family. It's bad. I hate to give you guys bad news. Okay. I'm just sitting here trying to figure out how to tell you how to say this without offending you. So I'm going to get to the Ace of Wands card that was reversed that I was talking about in the beginning. Capricorns, you're cardinal Earth, right? And you are the sign. All signs are associated with things that are tangible, working, that kind of stuff. But your sign is the sign that's mostly fixated on career and success and money, even power. Capricorns can have insatiable egos. And your cousins Taurus and Virgo, they can, like Taurus, well, they like their ego stroked, but they're not, they don't go around like, you know, fishing for it or trying to make people admire them. Maybe every once in a while, but it's just not their thing. They keep their head down a lot and just, you know, but they do like to be complimented. I mean, who doesn't? But they do. And Virgos, they absolutely love it, but they don't have to do anything. People are just drawn to Virgos, you know. Because Virgos are actually, like, if you want to talk about the sign that, like, the type A perfectionist, it's a Virgo. So they always look nice. Their house is always clean. They're always straight. Everything, you know, they're always organized and, you know, that kind of thing. But Capricorns can, and like I said, there are differences between the feminine and the masculine energies when it comes to the signs, in my opinion. And the Capricorn males are, I said, have an insatiable ego. Capricorn females that have a lot of masculine signs, because there are signs in the zodiac, right? And the traits are feminine and masculine, and it's not boy or girl, they're traits. So a Capricorn female could be like this, but I see it mostly with Capricorn men. And this is another reason why, and I did read that this card could be associated with certain things that you would associate with a devil. Not like killing people and stuff like that, but just, you know, your main goal in life is money and success and image and status, and that stuff is really important to you. That's not always healthy, and I would say I could give you a forewarning and say that this might be a trigger, but I don't know any Capricorn that would even admit that they would be triggered, so that's pointless. Just how it is. You just you put money, or I wouldn't say not even so much money, but image and status, like this validation that your sign, and this is not across the board for all Capricorns, it's just a trait that's associated with them, but this need for external validation and relying on your externals to pacify you or to keep you happy is a very unhealthy thing to do. It's dangerous, and I'll tell you why. Because everything that you have right now, all of it can go away. If you can't find the happiness inside of yourself and know that if you had nothing, you would still be happy, then that's dangerous, because all those externalities could be gone in a heartbeat. You never know. I mean, look what happened, what was it, 2006, when all the banks went under, and the government bailed the banks out, but they didn't give a shit about you, you know, and you're out there putting your best foot forward, working for the system, and, you know, trying to be a good citizen and work really hard, and if there was something emotional bothering you inside, which I'm sure there is, but nobody would know because you would never show it, because that's how you are. You could be so unhappy, but if you went to look at Instagram or something like that, you would just be all over the place, you know. Everything looks good on the outside, and sometimes to even cope with the stuff that's on the inside, you have to look at that and use that to remind yourself who you really are and what you want to be. The external validation, not, it's not a stable foundation to build your self-worth at all. But I really don't think there's any point in telling you this, because you're not gonna listen. You'll never, I don't think you'll change. Unless something happens and you have to break down or something, I don't think that you would ever admit that you're weak. See, the Capricorn males, they're the firefighters, they're the Wall Street bankers, they're the, you know, captains in the military, they're the hard, you know, you're the, you know, no, there's like an impenetrable wall in front of you. No weakness anywhere. Except for inside. Oh, that's the word. Where you won't let anybody in. Ever. Not truly. They think they are, but they don't really know what's going on inside of you. And I don't really know what advice to give you. I guess I can tell you something real quick. Maybe this will help. I doubt it. But I'll try. So, I have been reading tarot cards for almost 3 years. I never really told anybody. Except my couple of my best friends. And today is November the 15th. I haven't promoted my channel. Really, I have a Facebook page. If on November 15th you're listening to this and you have a link to my Facebook page or to my YouTube page and I invited you, just know that you guys are my true friends, the ones that I trust enough to let you in on this before I'm finished the whole cycle and really promoting it. That's how much I trust the people that are on there right now. And as a matter of fact, some of them have really, really helped me, or some of you have you. But as of this date, those people, and it was probably less than 10 people, maybe even 5. And you don't get happiness out of doing what people expect you to do. I mean, you can, but it's superficial, right? Just because you're making everybody else happy because you're doing what they want you to do. Do I plan on making this making this a career or something? Probably not. But I enjoy it, and I have other friends that I read for outside of the US and other states that I've been reading for a couple of years. Not a lot, just a couple people, and I really like it. And I got pretty good at it because I really studied this. I had to write a paper on this for school in my religious history class. And that's what got me into it. But I've always loved astrology, and then I didn't even realize they tied together. At any rate, so I had to make a decision of whether or not I was going to reveal this to everybody, because I knew that if I wanted to do anything with it bigger than what I was doing already, I would have to tell people. I opened up to a couple people in my family, and I don't remember who it was. I had someone call me a witch. Ask me if I was a witch. First of all, I don't know the first thing about being a witch. I don't know anything about it. Except, the history of what they did to them, and it was wrong. Because most of them really weren't witches. I mean, I'm not afraid of water. at all. I love water. I drink it. I eat it. I bathe in it. I swim in it. You come at me with buckets of water, I'm not gonna melt. I'm gonna start dancing like Jennifer Beals did in Flashdance, dining room chair and all. I love water. I would be in it all day if I could. Furthermore, I don't even know where my broom is. So, scratch that. I am not a witch. Anyway, people are going to maybe say stuff like that. Okay. And I'm over here like, and because it did bother me for a little while. I mean, I was raised Catholic, right? So that's tarot and astrology was deemed demonic back in the medieval times. No, you don't do that. So yeah, either I'm a occultist or a witch now because I read tarot cards and I don't know jack about either of those things. The most I know is about Hungarian psychology when it comes to the zodiacs and the science and the planet, the astrology and all that kind of, or the astronomy, either or. I guess I incorporate both in a way. But my point is that I don't really like the way that the society has driven people to seek validation on Facebook. You're posting pictures I'm not talking about you. I'm not saying just you specifically. People are posting pictures on there, and it's like they need that validation because every time Facebook has done studies on this. Every time you open up your Facebook page and somebody clicks a like on a selfie or something like that, you have a rush of dopamine surge within you, and you get addicted to it. It's just the way the brain is wired, right? So you just want to keep posting more stuff and more stuff just because that's where you're getting your validation. It's external validation. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you. You just have a lot of self-confidence in some aspects. The biggest problem you have is that you will not deal with your emotional wounds, like inner child stuff. You will not deal with it because by you letting it out is a weakness. Instead, you will hold all of it in. And let's be frank, and you probably know this. Capricorn males are assholes, or they can be assholes. I started dealing with one in kindergarten, and from the point on, Capricorn men I do not get along. And I think it's because I can see through the bullshit, but we just have the ability to make each other so mad. Like, we can really just irritate the crap out of each other. I mean, I don't even think I've ever been in a relationship with a Capricorn. Ever. Thank God. But even just from association, like, I don't get along with them. I think one of them may have been like a cusp, Aquarius, Capricorn cusp or something like that. But that was a long time ago. But yeah, he was kind of a dick like that too. Just really kind of arrogant, you know? You're smart though. And even if the funny thing is, even if you're not that smart, nobody knows it because you're so good at making yourself look so put together. And for most of you, the job that you do, you're extremely good at it. You're just put together, and you got it. You most of the time you look good. You know, you wouldn't put a selfie up there on Facebook if you didn't, because I would love to see a Capricorn male cry, but not out of but just genuinely out of emotion. Because I don't know that I've ever seen one cry before. I don't know a lot of them. But I'm just wondering why you guys have to hide your feelings so much. I'm going on a tangent. There's nothing wrong with exposing yourself. As a matter of fact, they say that makes you stronger. And if you're trying to get a chick, she will eat that up. Women love it when men cry. Because then we feel like you're being real. Dating advice. Yeah. Anyway, back to what I was saying about this person in your life who you've known since you were a child. Whatever you have done to this person, whatever you have conspired with, whatever you've done, I'm seeing women here. I'm seeing Aries, Leo, the Empress, which can represent a mom. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. It involves money. It involves you choosing money or some kind of something like that over the relationship you've had with this person. I don't know who's being Snoopy doggy dog over here, but somebody has been digging in places they shouldn't be digging, giving you wrong information, and you went along with it. Or on the flip side, somebody could be doing this to you too. So watch yourself at work. Pay attention to who you're talking to. So I started going off about this Ace of Fire card, but it's reversed. And there's a girl sitting on top of a, I don't know if you can see this here. It's like a little fairy or something with wings. Some kind of lantern. It's a lantern, right? And it came out reversed. Now you do realize that if a candle is turned upside down over top of a person, they're going to be coated in wax, right? Just think of this metaphorically. Like a wax museum. Like, not a real person. So be real. Be yourself. Be really who you are. If somebody really loves you, they're not going to think any less of you because you need to talk about your feelings. What is so bad about it anyway? Maybe you hate your job. Maybe you don't want to do what you do. Maybe you want to be a dancer like Magic Mike. You just don't have the guts to tell somebody. Because even though you can be assholes, Capricorn men are usually pretty good looking, so you could probably do it. If you're a Capricorn female, stop latching on to every single person that shows you attention. I don't know a lot of Capricorn females, so it's not fair for me to say. But they had that mother issue where they didn't feel loved enough. So the first person that comes along, no matter who he is, and the person shows them a little bit of love or validation, they'll ruin their life over that guy. And any other person that shows them love for the rest of their life, no matter how bad for them they are, as long as they give them some attention to fill that void of that wounded inner child, because of, where they are. Now, just because I was so hard on you guys, and I'm really, really sorry, but I just wanted to tell you the truth. I do have a surprise for you. Let me get your animal cards. What did I do? And no. Unfortunately, it's only going back to say what I was saying. There's a snake here. Snake. Being a snake. There's a hawk. I got Hawkeye. That's what I heard when I saw it. Hawkeye. Somebody's hawking, spying. Snoop Doggy Dog and Hawkeye. I don't know which one you are. But this hummingbird and this unicorn, like I said, I pick up energies when I look at like faces and eyes on cars and different. I think it's this person that you're hurting. You've done major damage with whoever this person is. I mean, it's done. Like, you've destroyed, and if this is somebody in your family or somebody's doing this to you, you're going to be done with them. Was whatever this is so bad. I mean, I'm seeing an explosion here behind this hummingbird. You know how hummingbirds' wings are really, really fast? Like, I'm seeing they're going to just, like, slice you out or cut you out of their life that quick. And I'm seeing sadness. Like, this person is just like, how could you have done this to me? You know? Like, they never would have imagined you would have done something like that. And in the unicorn, I'm just looking at the first three words. Una, it's kind of one, right? Yeah, because the horn, that's what it stands for. But I'm just thinking this person almost considered you, like, I don't know. Maybe you're just really tight growing up or something like that, but now we're just one. This is whatever you've done is unforgivable. Or whatever they've done to you is unforgivable. And expect this. I do feel for you guys. Because whatever's getting ready to blow up is going to happen in this next week, I think, by the 20th. And if it doesn't, it will be soon, very soon after that. And the only chance you have is if this is going on and you know something, is to go to this person, tell them what's going on or tell them what happened before the retrograde is over. Because once the retrograde is over, it's done. And this person, you know who it is, I don't know who it is. Or if you don't know who it is and they're doing it to you, unfortunately, I don't know what to tell you because I don't know who it is. Check a Leo or an Aries or mom, I don't know. But that's, if you know who it is, this person will never, ever, ever be in your life again. Ever. That's how bad this is. These major arcana reversed. Okay, so. Also, let me just say this real quick. Instead of thinking there's something wrong with you because you don't discuss your feelings, it's not really true. Because you're just acting on how we're wired, right? Our bodies were just, it's in our anthropological etymology to be protective. You know, we're human beings. It's like evolutionary biology, right? You know, we have a fear of loss. We want avoiding threats is what we're wired to do. We wouldn't be such an evolved species and had been here so long if we weren't wired to act that way. So anything that's going to make you feel vulnerable or make you scared or in a sense of a fear of loss, losing, respect or something like that, it's just part of being a human being. Mm-hmm. So I told you I was going to do a little surprise for you. And so I haven't done this yet on any of my readings, but like I said, because I was so hard on you, I would do it. I can really quickly get visual messages, like intuitive messages, and give you real quick things. On the downside, they're very, very specific. Very specific messages, so this does not go out to general. It'll be like one person that somebody will be like, oh, yeah, that's me, or, yeah, it might not hit anybody, but it's usually just one person. So, I'm gonna start, just give me a minute here, because I've been getting like these, when I decide I'm gonna do a sign, I get these like strange things, yeah, and I get names of people too. It would be cool if, Oh, and some of these things, these situations, they could have happened in the past. I don't know when they're happening. These are just things I'm picking up on that I'm seeing for Capricorns. They could have happened in the past. Be careful when you're going to Thanksgiving. Either you've gotten a speeding ticket driving too fast on the way to Thanksgiving, or you're going to get a speeding ticket. I'm seeing somebody's radiator is gonna bust. I don't know why I just saw that. Somebody out there has a child who wants a pig for Christmas. A little pot belly pig or a stuffed pig. Pink, might be a piggy bank. I'm just seeing this little pink pig. It might be a real pig, maybe, but somebody's child wants this pig for Christmas. I'm seeing somebody here works at a courthouse, post office, bank, something. Because there's like, I'm seeing the screen, like kind of like behind, not like a screen, but like those window things. And it's like you're almost falling asleep. You don't like your job, you don't like your boss, and I'm hearing you feel caged. You really don't like this job. If any of you, again, are traveling home for Thanksgiving and you left like your stuff there when you were younger, when you lived with your parents or your grandparents or something, either a grandmother or a mother or older female found your porn stash. I don't know if it's Playboy magazines or I'm really seeing like DVDs. So somebody had porno DVDs hidden like on a shelf or something, and I think your mom found it. Maybe you forgot about it, but your mom found it. Somebody here, I'm getting two names, Pete or Carrie. And Finn might be a child. I think Finn, child, just named. O'Brien? Yeah, O'Brien, like a last name O'Brien. Somebody's getting ready to get on a plane. Yeah. Well, that could be anybody, but that's all I saw, somebody getting on a plane. It looks like Delta or American Airlines, something like that. It's not Southwest and it's not JetBlue. I know that. Okay. Let me see. Is it up? Yeah, I'm not getting anything else. Well, that was kind of boring. It wasn't anything so exciting. I usually get better stuff than that. I think I'm too tired. I didn't mention that I worked like 30 hours a couple days ago. I just worked straight through. I had supposed to do. Okay, so that's this. I'm sorry, this wasn't a great reading. I have to read what I see. And if this had gone so long already, I could have probably pulled more stuff out of here, which I might as well go ahead and mention, because I meant to mention at the beginning. I've had a couple, oh no, I bumped the mic. I've had a couple people message me about private readings, and I plan to open back up my schedule for the US customers probably the week of Thanksgiving. It's just that when I was gone for a while, I stopped doing some of them, but I had to keep doing the ones for the couple people that I did outside of the U.S. because they were people that I had been, you know, they were my loyal customers, you know, so I wasn't gonna like dog them out. And I have 2 more of those I have to finish and then send off, and then I have a couple, like 2 or 3 more of these that I have to upload. And once I get that done, I'll open up my schedule. I plan on being able to do them for Christmas, because I think I had one guy ask me if I would do them for Christmas presents, and I do. And they would basically be just like what's on YouTube. That's what I do right now. I do my spreads the same way most of the time. I mean, I switch up the cards sometimes and stuff like that, but they just come out how they come out. So, I mean, if you want to make sure you can get one for Christmas, you can absolutely, you know, message me. I have a Facebook page too, but you can just message me on YouTube if you want to. But I won't be able to get it done until December. There's no way, because I have to get these other ones finished. So, I think that's it. In addition, if you have any questions, you know, if you want to know if I saw anything else that I couldn't get to, if you have any questions about anything, I'm not going to charge you if you have 1 or 2 questions like that. And the other thing is, if you pay for a reading and you have to cancel for any reason, if I don't do your reading, you will get your money back. I don't do that. I know in some of these online businesses and stuff, if you pay for it, there's no return, and I just don't think that's fair. I think that if you didn't do the work, I mean, especially when it comes to something like this, I mean, maybe something came up and you're like, oh, I need that money more than I need a tarot card reading. Of course, I'm going to give you your money back if I don't do your reading. It's just, that's how I operate. So, okay, well, I'm going to get off here because I've been rambling on long enough. And like I said, if you have any questions about any other things I saw, because there were a few more things, but I cannot dive into all this. Just please stay strong, because whatever is getting ready to happen is going to blow. And I'll see you soon, because I'll be back on Sag season. I'm not doing the readings by months. I'm doing them by when we're within the zodiac signs. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it Sag, all of them in by Sagittarius season, considering it's already November 15th and I had a late start getting all this up. I'll catch up eventually. Alright. Oh, I'll link your song for your reading. I'll pin it in the comments, and then I'll post the video on my Facebook page. Alright, have a good holiday, Capricorns. Bye.